Reggae Roast. Tell some sound boys if you don't come close. Gunshot, I can burn them like toast. You hear me I say?
Distortion.
Tell a sound boy fuck off. Them for no say how we are on the place. Tell some man say for move and run the song. Move.
So you moved to the UK when you were 15 years old. How did you find that transition?
The transition moving from Jamaica to the UK was very crazy, you know. It took me a while to adapt to it. But what happened is like you're leaving from a country where the sun is always shining. Then when I first came, it's like, wow, you know, cold. You have to draw off a jacket, you know, warm. You have to use a thicker socks. Everything is just different. And then, you know, like there's different parts. There's parts that I like and parts I never like. I was driving to West End and I like the clothes and the life. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then, you know, I stop into shop now and they don't sell rice and peas, they got chips and all this. I'm like, wow, what? So the transition, it was crazy, but then I adapt to society. You know, living here, my family is here and stuff. You know, I start eating chicken and chips. You know, I start eating mashed pie and everything there. You know, like I just get with the culture. You know, after a while, you know, we still cook rice and peas, but you know, we're living in England, so you understand me. We kind of just have to understand. Yeah, I have to adapt to the society. So yeah, it was a good transition. And even in my music now, I think that's why my music sounds like this. The lyrics are spit.
Hybrid.
Yeah, it's because of what I've been through and the difference between living in Jamaica and England. It's like I've been in Jamaica, I left Jamaica when I was 30 and 40, and you know, it's 14 years since I've been here, so half of my life in Jamaica, half in the UK, which is good and it's showing my music now.
Music in Jamaica before you come to England?
I wasn't making music, I was into music, I was listening to music. You know, my dad brought me to the studio, I was around people like Ricky Trooper, I was around Shower Ranks, Birdsman, Papa San. So yeah, my dad Prodigy was big. So at that time I was into music as a kid. You know, and as a kid, 12, 13, you can't really do much with music. At that time, you know, you have to go to school and stick to your education at the time. So my dad, he was inspiring me every footstep when he's touring and stuff like that. You know, I can't wait for him to come back home, and then comes back home and money up on the table, new stuff. So it was like it was like an inspiration for me to say, you know, I want to be like my dad. I want to make money from music, and I want to live a nice life and a life where people appreciate you for you, and just letting people learn from what I'm singing in my songs.
That was going to be one of my next questions. Your dad was a legendary DJ in his own right, and how much of an influence has he been on you?
Oh, his influence has been like everything about me is my dad, and you can say that because, you know, growing up in a tenement yard in Spanish Town, and as I said before earlier in my second question, you know, just the atmosphere and seeing my dad, he was the breadwinner of the family, and he used to go out there and get money from shows, dub plates, and you know, coming back and just...
You taught me how to hustle.
Yeah, and the way that hustle was, you know, a positive hustle. Because growing up in the ghetto, you see a lot of things. You understand me? You see a lot of things, enough bad things. You understand me? So it's up to you which direction you want to go. And from my experience, you know, R.I.P. to my dad, you know, he was doing the good, and then, you know, certain times he was drawn out in the bad. But you know what I'm saying, it's like I choose to go fully good and positive, make music, you know, even if it takes 10 years. But my dream was to make sure I be that man. You know, I'm in the UK, my dream was I want to be the best UK reggae artist. I said it's like 10 years ago. So I just continue working on it, and you know, that he's my inspiration. So you know, he's guiding me in the right direction, and I'm happy with the progress. I'm grateful. That's why I just keep making music.
You can be a big inspiration to a lot of other UK reggae artists.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it is a very niche thing in the UK, and it's really positive and encouraging to see someone like you taking it to a mainstream level but still keeping it credible, do you know what I mean? And it's not like a sellout thing, but you're also hitting the mainstream. You're getting chart success, and you're getting on Radio 1 and things like that with authentic music, you know what I mean? And I think that's really positive for you and for the scene in general.
Even with my label, they said that they want to make sure I'm making music to keep my credibility, and that's the main thing.
Yeah.
You understand me? Stylo, I want to make sure Stylo G is always there. Never go left. I can always keep it right.
Yeah.
And when I first came in the UK, people used to say, "Oh, you can't, boss. Oh, you can't make it to the UK." Yeah. And I look in their eyes and I go, "All right, cool.
We'll see."
We'll see. You understand me? And it's like I use that as a drive.
Yeah.
And I don't think
break boundaries, isn't it?
I don't
just because a lot of other people haven't managed to do that doesn't mean that it's not possible.
And you know, people used to say you can't do that for go Jamaica. And at the time, my status where I couldn't go to Jamaica in terms of it was a gamble. If I go to Jamaica, that was it for me. Yeah. My family is here, so I would say, you know what, I need to stay here. This is where I need to make music.
Yeah.
So I start selling my CDs on the road.
Yeah.
You know, putting my mixtape together. Like work. I used to work on building sites. Yeah. And you know, I get my money together and I invest in my CD. And I just put CDs on the road. I go in barber shops, people used to say, "Yeah, man." Some people say, "No, I don't come in here with no CD." And I just laugh like, "Don't worry, one day you're gonna," you understand me? So I use them things as drive. You have to challenge yourself. And I never get too comfortable and say, "Yeah, I weren't living a comfortable life where I can say, yeah, I'm comfortable." When I first came to England, I was living that life where I had to grind. And that was my grind. I was selling CDs. Sometimes I come back £400 or £500 money worth of CD. And I'm like, wow. You understand me? So I can go back to it.
It's good though, because when you do that, you realise if you put the work in, you can get something out of it.
Yeah, of course, and just believe in yourself, and that's what I done. I just believe in Stylo G. I just believe I know that one day, you know, it's gonna come, and you know, it's just slowly coming.
But you already, I consider you at least like possibly like the biggest or one of the biggest UK dancehall stars at the moment. You've worked with some massive artists already, such as Egyptian, like Chipmunk. You've been played with David Vodigan on stage, got nominated for a Mobile Award. But what do you feel is the most pivotal moment in your career, where it's like the key moment for you?
The key moment is obviously is stuff like the Grammys, stuff like, you know, getting to show the world who Stylo G really is, like documentaries and stuff like that, the history. You know, I would feel good people knowing about my story, because I know that that's going to inspire more youths. And you know, stuff like that. You know, my song playing all over the world, I'm touring all over the world, I'm going places where I can't even pronounce the name. You know, I'm going to Switzerland next week. I was in Finland 3 days ago. I had shows in Belgium, Italy. So, you know, I'm going places I've never been in my life. So it's a good feeling. It's a great feeling. Yeah. So all I can say is, like, the more the better. And I would love for more of that to happen.
Yeah. Stylo G collaboration.
Oh, Reggae Roast. No, Reggae Roast, you know, definitely play major part right now for reggae in the UK. So yeah, that's the Reggae Roast. Reggae Roast, just stay close. And the tune I'm gonna make and everything gonna get post. You see what I said? Reggae Roast, the thing I make post. Yeah.
Tell a son boy fuck off. Them for no say how we are on the place. Tell some man say for move and run the song. Move. Bambo clad, turn up the dirty bass. Them man make up them face. Tell them pick up the bass. How we are on the place. Son boy a chase. We tell them you is space.